So our learning objective today is that, I want everybody over here, I can use conversion factors to convert from one unit to another. So sometimes they want us to, instead of giving it maybe in miles per hour, they might want us to give it in meters per second or feet per second or something like that. They want us to change the unit and get it as a unit rate, but they want it to be in a different, measured differently. So let's just talk about what conversion factors, what does that mean? What do they look like? We know lots of conversion factors, believe it or not. One of them would be something like this. 1 foot is the same as 12 inches. Okay, this is considered a conversion factor. You can count on that 1 foot will always equal 12 inches. You can count on that 1 hour is always the same as 60 minutes. You can count on that in a calendar year there are how many weeks? 52. Yeah, there are 52 weeks in a calendar year. You can count on that in 1 mile there are how many feet?
Like 5,280 or something.
You got it. It is 5,280. Now, those are just 4 of a list of many. Can you think of some other conversion factors on your own?
How many seconds per minute?
Okay, give it. What is it?
60 seconds.
60 seconds in 1 minute.
Feet are together.
Okay, how many?
3.
3 feet in 1 yard. Come on, there's lots of them floating around out here in our world. It's kind of blank right now, huh? Anybody know how many centimeters there are in a meter? 100. Anybody just happen to know how many millimeters there are in a centimeter? There's 10. But there are 1,000 meters in a kilometer. How many hours in a day? 24 hours in 1 day. We know lots of them. We just, right now maybe you're just feeling a little bit, like we don't. Okay, so you're going to do problems like this. In this one we have a cyclist who travels 56 miles in 4 hours. Okay, it says convert the cyclist's speed to feet per second. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take this 56 miles in 4 hours and we're going to set up a ratio remember, order matters, in an order that makes sense. Does it make more sense to say miles per hour or hours per mile? Miles per hour. So we're going to do 56 miles is going to be upstairs. MI is the abbreviation for miles. We're going to put 4 hours downstairs. And HR is the abbreviation for that. And now we're going to say, you know what? We have to go to feet per second. So right now it's miles. We need those miles to get changed to feet. And we have those hours that need to get changed to seconds. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to write down all the conversion factors that you're going to need to use to help you get there. So let's work with the time first. It's in hours right now. The next smallest unit of time is minutes. So what conversion factor is there for this one? 1 hour equals 60 minutes. But they don't want it in minutes per minute. They want it per second. So now we have to take those minutes and we have to use the conversion factor to get it into seconds. So 1 minute equals 60 seconds, okay? So those 2 conversion factors will help us convert the time part of it. And now we need a conversion factor that will get from miles to feet, and we already identified that up above. It is what? 5,280, okay? So we just want to write down all of the conversion factors that we're going to need to use, and then we're going to multiply by them. But here's the tricky part. You need to be tuned in here. Don't be working ahead on me. Okay? Here's what you need to do. You need to decide, you just do it set them up one at a time. We have 3 of them that we're going to write as ratios, as fractions. But when we're setting up our fractions, we need to make sure that one of the labels is going to cancel away. So let's start with our 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Should we put it as 1 hour over 60 minutes? Or should we put it as 60 minutes over 1 hour? So let me show you. Don't write this on your paper. Here's what I'm asking you. Should we write it like this? Or should we write it as 60 minutes over 1 hour? Because the goal is we want those hours to cancel away. So should we use this one with the hours downstairs? Are they going to cancel away when canceling is 1 up, 1 down? So we need the hours upstairs, don't we? Yeah. So we're going to use the first way here. We want to set it up as 1 hour over 60 minutes. So go ahead and write it now, times 1 hour over 60 minutes. And right away, I want you to cancel out, oopsie, guess I needed a pen here. Right away, I want you to cancel out those hours, okay? Just the hour, just the label hours. Just cancel that out. Because our goal is, eventually, upstairs we will have our measure in feet, and downstairs we'll have our measure in seconds. Well, right now, our measure is still in minutes downstairs. So we need to use our conversion factor, the minutes and seconds one. Should we put the 1 minute upstairs, or should we put the 1 minute downstairs? It needs to be upstairs because minutes are downstairs here. So 1 minute over 60 seconds. SEC is for seconds. And now we'll cancel out the label minutes. And then last but not least, our last conversion factor. Now we have seconds downstairs. Remember, that's what we want. We want feet per second. So let's now decide, should we have our 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. So we could go all the way back here to our miles. Our miles are upstairs. So where do the miles need to be in our conversion factor?
Downstairs.
Downstairs. So we'll go ahead and just right away put them downstairs and then say, okay, that means I'm now going to put what upstairs? Now what's upstairs in this conversion factor? How many feet in a mile?
5,280.
We're using this conversion factor right here. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. Miles, 1 up, 1 down. We're canceling those labels now. So we canceled the miles over here at the very beginning. Canceled the miles in our last conversion factor over here. And now we look and we say, we don't even care about the numbers right now. We're just going to look and see which label's left upstairs. What's left? Feet. What label's left downstairs? Seconds. Is that what we want? Feet per second? Yeah, we do, don't we? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, and I want you to write this in your notes so you can use your calculators, but you're going to show what's going to go into your calculators. So upstairs we have 5,000, or 56 times 1 times 5,280. That's how we multiply fractions. We just keep multiplying across. And those are going to be feet. And downstairs we have a 4 times a 60 times another 60 times a 1. And those are going to be seconds. So now go ahead and use your calculators to figure out what does the numerator become. It's 56 times 1 times 1 times 5,280. By the way, do you really need to type in times 1 in your calculator? No. Multiplying by 1 doesn't do anything. So you could just take the 56 times the 5,280 and write down what you get. Okay. Keep bringing those labels along with. And then you have your denominators, all those things in your denominator to multiply. We have a 4 times the 60 times the 60 times the 1. Oopsie, I didn't get the right thing upstairs here. I should have this. I should have an 80. And then you can see if you agree with me or if you need to challenge me, because I've already made a couple of today? Do we agree on how many feet we should be upstairs? And how many seconds we should be downstairs? Okay, we want to turn this into a unit rate. So what do we have to divide both the upstairs and the downstairs by?
14,400.
Yeah, we're going to divide both of them by 14. Show this in your notes first, that you're dividing both upstairs and downstairs by 14,400. Because then we will end up with 1 second downstairs like we want. We want a unit rate. And then what is 295,680 divided by 14,400? What do you get? 20.5, and then does it stop after that 0.5? Are there any other? Oh, okay, so it keeps going after that? Okay, so let's round it then. So basically what we're going to say is we're going to put an approximately equal sign in front of this, saying we round it. Okay, let's round it to the nearest tenth. So 20.5, because that 3 after the 5 isn't big enough to make it a 6. And so now we can say that our answer is, and these are feet, by the way, right? Upstairs are feet. So we can write this, another way we could write this is 20.5 FPS, feet per second. Or you could write it like this. This makes more sense to you. You could do it like that. That's another way. Okay? So 56 miles in 4 hours is the same as 20 and a half, approximately 20 and a half feet per second. So we convert it to a different unit rate. Okay, let's go to the backside and practice one more then. Ooh, it's talking about you guys. Nutritionists recommend that teenagers consume 1,300 milligrams of calcium per day. Are you doing that? No? Okay. Convert this rate to grams per year. Okay, so right now, let's first of all, let's set it up. They want it grams per year, so it looks like the milligrams need to go upstairs. So 1,300 milligrams, that's little mg. And then the time goes downstairs, and in this case, it's per day right now, 1 day. So we're going to decide what conversion factors do we need to help us get to grams and days. So anybody happen to know, anybody in here knows a conversion factor to get from milligrams to grams? Which one's bigger, a milligram or a gram? Okay, gram. So let's say 1 gram is the same as, how many of those little milligrams is it the same as? Milla. 1,000, yeah, 1,000 milligrams. So there's one of our conversion factors. It'll get us from grams to milligrams, from milligrams I mean to grams. And we need something that'll get us from days to year. Do we know how many days there are in a year? Yeah, so we could say, and another conversion factor is that there are 365 days in 1 year. So 365 days equals 1 year. So we write down our conversion factors that we're going to need to work with first of all. And then we'll start setting up our multiplying, our ratios. So far, does anybody have any questions? Okay, it looks like we only need to use 2 conversion factors, right? So go ahead, you set up the 2 ratios. Don't do any multiplying or anything yet. I mean, in your calculators, I want you to set up, what do you think? How should we set up our conversion factors? Remember, we want the milligrams to become grams. We want the days to become years. Anybody know what one of the conversion factors could be? Daisy.
Would it be 365 or 1,000?
365 days, that is, right? But not over 1,000. This conversion factor has to have the year with it, okay? This one has to have the year with it. That will make the day label cancel away. So there's one of our conversion factors, and the order that we need to set it up in. And how we decide how to set it up is the days need to cancel away. So if days is downstairs here, it needs to be upstairs in our conversion factor.
Do you have to have, one will be like milligrams or grams?
Yeah, one of them's gonna have to be the other conversion factor. So now,
One of them.
what would our other
The milligrams are on the top, it should be on the bottom.
the milligram should be on the bottom, so that means we're gonna put from our conversion factor, we're gonna put our 1,000 milligrams downstairs and our 1 gram upstairs, because then we have milligrams down and milligrams up to cancel away. So that's how we decide. So labels, we want labels to cancel away. Okay, and now we say, okay, we have, when we look at it now, we would have grams and we would have per year. Is that what we want? Is that what we want? We have grams left as our label upstairs and we have years as our label downstairs. Is that what they want us to do?
Yeah.
Yep, they do. Okay, so we're ready to set up our multiplication now. 1,300 times 365 times 1, and those are grams, over 1 times 1,000, and those are years. So this is all, you need to show all of this in your homework. What are the conversion factors, first of all, I'm going to need to work with? Setting them up, showing what's going to go into your calculators, and then you can use your calculators to do the multiplying. I'm going to do this down on the next line. Makes more sense. 474,500 is what you should get upstairs, and downstairs you have 1,000 years. So after you multiply across, upstairs you should get 474,500, and downstairs you should have 1,000. Now we want to change this to a unit rate. What do we have to do?
Divide the 1,000.
Yep, divide both by 1,000, because to get the downstairs to be 1, we need to divide by 1,000. If we divide the downstairs by 1,000, we have to divide the upstairs by 1,000. Anybody know the shortcut for dividing by 1,000 without a calculator? Guess not, huh? Maisie?
You go to the left, how many zeros?
Yeah.
Zeros.
So we would go to the left how many places in this one?
3 times.
3. So we go 1, 2, 3, and we would have 474.5. And that's grams over 1 year. So we would say our final answer is 474.5 grams per year. That one we don't do GPY. There isn't such a thing as GPY. We would do it grams per year. Or you could write out the word grams, write out the word per, and you could write out the word year. Okay? So here's our final. That's how many grams of calcium you guys should be taking in every year. 474.5 grams of calcium. First, we're checking your labels to see if you're getting any calcium.
It's calcium.
Calcium's in milk, cheese,
Well, and obviously,
ice cream,
I'm sure
Dairy Queen products.
usually you have that.
Okay, any other questions about being able to use conversion factors? You have 5 problems of homework to do. So get out your loose leaf paper and get your heading on there. It doesn't look like we're going to be getting any time to do homework. You're going to have to do that on your own time. And then I need to see some people about unfinished work. Either after school or in the morning, yep. What choice are you gonna make here? Pardon? I can hear you. Oh, you can't hear me. Should you come in the morning? Do you want to come after school or in the morning?
I said in the morning, but what time?
Oh, what time do you get here? Oh, he's done sharpening. What time do you get here? Okay, come at 8 o'clock. So Thursday at 8 a.m. for Blake. Okay. Let's see, who else do we have? Sam, you are gonna come in and finish number 5.
Okay, I have to go study.
You what?
I study my second.
No, no. You can do your other homework that's due for tomorrow's day hall, but this you have to come in either before or after school.
Can I be a joint during study hall? Because that's the only time I have to do it.
You also have in, one before school and after school time. Okay, think about it. Okay, Maisie?
I'll come at 8.
Okay. Thursday, 8 a.m. Andrea?
I'll come after school.
Okay. Okay, did I have anybody else that should be here? Okay, Preston, here's your grade sheet back, and you can put in your thing, and thanks for trying, Adam and Sam, but you did not get the correct answer, so no prize.
Say what?
Don't go either way, because you know what, I'm gonna give you another chance to get the, that's not the correct answer for the 12 again. But, after we start working with
That
more,
was 3 times.
it isn't, but after we start working with more stuff in this lesson, I bet you'll be able to figure it out.
What was it?
I'm gonna tell you, because I'm gonna give you a chance to try it again.
I will not be able to get
Wait, was it 9 times?
Huh?
9 times.
I'm not telling you.
I'll come in after. I have before school.
So no, it's not gonna choose math testing. Do I need to
No,
know
it's-
for this group?
No, he can do math testing.
Perfect. I'm so sick of math testing right now, so.
Sorry.
Oh, it's not your fault. She needs to schedule those for 2 days, period.
Yeah,
The reading and the math.
Yeah, we're gonna, that's,
So could you just be that advocate?
yep, I will, absolutely, I will.
And you know what?
Yeah, it's, but he did take it in your room to start with, right? That isn't mine. Okay, I was like,
He's
he's
just
just-
taking his time.
well, which is cool, I mean, that he is.
Yeah.
So will he come over here and correct his homework first, and then I'll send him over to finish? Okay,
Hey, you can have him check his assignment and let him know.
yeah, okay.
And Cody's not done with his.
Anything at all?
He has his 38 done that
Oh.
he finished in study up.
Okay, so but you have the key over there for him to correct that over there?
Yeah.
Okay, so, is he even gonna come here?
No.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Find the surface area of the cube. Oh, does surface area, do you think it should have a label? Find the perimeter, do you think that should have a label? Would you lose points on the quiz tomorrow for not having labels? Absolutely you would.
You're not even like talk to dog me a point for writing my name.
Well, I might even think about doing that too.
Hi.
Hi. My name is Mrs. LeGrand. Yours is?
Cody.
Cody. Well, welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Okay, let's see. What am I supposed to ask for? I'm gonna be in Miss Trevor syndrome. Is that okay?
That is okay.
Okay.
Cody,
Yes.
Would you look up at the board though and see what it says is going on in here tomorrow?
Yep.
Because I won't be here, so you need to be ready,
Okay.
okay?
All right.
Really?
I know.